Okay, good evening and welcome to this special training with Anson Ashby. This is Joe Shute. Max, if you can chat in the box, let me know that you hear me. I am having a little trouble with this platform tonight for some reason. It's kicked me off a couple of times, but I noticed there are people there. Hello, David and Mary, Tom, and so on and so on and so on. So this also is being recorded. So we're just waiting for Anson, and I'm going to actually go on mute here for a second. So Max, let me see. Can you hear me? Let's go see. I don't see anybody in the chat box yet. If you can chat with me here and let me know you can hear me, it'd be great. Okay, I hear you good. Okay, good. Thanks, Max. All right, so as I said, we're having a little trouble with the platform, and I'm going to go on mute for a second. And actually, I'm having trouble. Actually, I shouldn't do that because I'm having troubles every time I click something. So I'm going to walk away for a second, give Anson a call, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I shall return. You got to go out and come back in again. I had trouble with the platform. It's not you, it's the platform. Go completely out and go to that. I'll stay on the phone with you, make sure you're in, all right? Let me know that you're there. Are you still there? All right, just let me know that you got in.
Okay, I think I'm in. Yep.
Okay, welcome everyone. We are here. We're having a little trouble with the platform, as Anson did, I did, but let me just tell you and get right to work here. Anson Ashby is the founder, CEO, president of Tools Rock, along with his special wife, Jennifer Ashby, and this team has created a great education program. We work very well with, with Carrot Bars and with AdTech Worldwide. Anson put together and has always put together this training for Google. So you'll see that if you have your email today and logged in here, then you know this is about learning how to get 3 to 5 qualified targeted leads, and he'll explain to you what that means. On a regular and daily basis, every single day. So without further ado, Anson, I'm happy that you, as the president and founder and owner of Tools Rock, come here with us every Tuesday night. And we're excited about that, and we're looking forward to this training. So I'm going to go on mute. Welcome to AdTech Worldwide, and we'll look forward to your training. Thanks for being here.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. Welcome, everybody. As Joe mentioned, I'm Anson Ashby with Tools Rock, CEO, founder, co-founder. And today I have a really exciting, presentation, or I guess training. And we're going to go over how to find qualified leads on Facebook. And as you guys, or not on Facebook, excuse me, on Google. As you guys know, Google is massive, and the reason we're looking for qualified leads is because those are the best leads, right? And what I mean by qualified leads is as you think about your business and growing your business and the kind of the most efficient and quickest way to grow that business, that way is simply by finding people who have either successfully built a downline in the network marketing industry or know somebody who has successfully built a downline in the network marketing industry. So I just hit the screen share. So let me see here. Joe, I know you put yourself on mute, but I wanted to make sure that everybody could see my screen before I kind of got going with this. You should see.
No worries.
You can see my screen? Okay, perfect.
Your screen.
Okay, so yes.
We can just go to the chat box and let me see, Max, if you would just go in there and tell me that you see Anson's screen. Let's just wait for that answer. I do see it, but I want to make sure that's not just admin seeing it.
Sure, okay.
And we have about a 20 to 30 second delay to the chats that come in. And if somebody's having trouble with sound, what you should do is go out, come back in. You can also go directly to YouTube onto my channel, and you can see this presentation. You don't get the chat if you do that, but I still don't see anybody saying that they have that yet. But there it goes. I can see the screen. Okay, we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead back on mute, and we're good to go, Anson.
Perfect.
Thanks, Max.
Yep. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Rudy and Shirley. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over how to find qualified leads. So like I mentioned before, the fastest way to grow your business is to introduce people and recruit people that have either built a successful downline themselves or that they know somebody who's built a successful downline, right? It's pretty commonsensical. And there's millions and millions of networkers out there. And as we know, the majority of them do not have success in their business. I mean, statistics show that, I would say 80+% of people that do network marketing don't have success. And really the ones that do are the ones that have systems, have upline, have training, and have a commitment, right, to that success of their business, which is something that is desperately lacking. Everybody kind of comes in thinking that they're going to make a quick buck and then retire. And so finding somebody that has either built that successful downline or knows somebody that's built that successful downline will drastically increase the rate at which you are able to grow your business and build your downline. And so that's what we're going to go over today. And we're going to go over it. There's many avenues to do that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over how to do it on Google. Okay. So I'm going to keep this image up there for a long time because this is exactly how you do it. And it's very simple. This is what you're going to put in your Google search bar. And we're actually going to test it out on the call today. So there's two different ways. So you can do the website. Okay. So if you know a company's website, so if it's, Amway.com, then that would be my website, right? So it would be Amway plus key term. And what the key term is a term that somebody would have posted or have advertised on their website. So an example of that is contact me or call me, right? So if somebody on their website, and you guys will understand this as I go through this. So if I'm going to build a website that is advertising my company, on that website, somewhere on that website, I'm going to have a term, a key term like connect with me, contact me, call me. That is going to that's the call to action that I want people to do. And then we're going to actually localize it with an area code. And then the kind of the kicker here is that you can see the star, and then dash. That's a dash. It's not an underscore. It's a dash. 4 more stars. So really what we're putting in there is we're putting in an area code. So I could put in, Houston area code 713, and then I'm just going to put star, dash or hyphen, and then 4 more stars. And what Google's going to do is it's going to search people in that area code, and then we're leaving the number blank, but the numbers are going to show up for us. So let's go ahead and just test this out. I'm going to pull up Google here. So we have, let's just take a name of a company. So we'll go, let's do Bima. Okay. And then we do key term, right? Call me. And then we're going to do the area code. So I'll stick with Houston here, 713. And then I do star, star, star. We'll get one more star here. Dash, and then 4 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I put that into my Google search. And what Google does is it goes out and it finds people that have advertised for this company in this area code. Okay. Now, you're going to only find, there's going to be a handful, right? Like I said, there's probably going to be, there's additional pages, right? You see down at the bottom here, there's additional pages of people who have advertised, but here's a good one right here, Mary Philbin, and she's actually putting her phone number. Now, she's not in the 713 area code, but her phone number has 713 in it. So you guys can see how kind of Google works, is that they're basically searching for as much information as you've provided them. Okay. But at the same time, you've got, this person here, you've got Vima. This is actually looks like maybe a Vima corporate. So like I said, you're going to get a handful. You're going to get 3 to 5 different phone numbers that you can start to call with, obviously people's names. Now you can, obviously, you can change this. You can go, I don't know. Let's pick another company here. We're going to go with, I don't know, Amway. Amway, call me, and then you have the phone number. Okay. Now Amway is a pretty well-known company, and so you're probably gonna find more people with the more well-known companies that you can start to you're gonna get their phone number, right? These are people that are advertising their business online. Now I did a little bit of research on this, and what you'll find is that the people here, maybe this website could be 2 or 3 years old, and they haven't done anything with it. They have not, and most likely they're not a part of that company anymore. And so these are great people to reach out to, and we're going to go over phone scripts in a second here. But I just want to let's go back to the spreadsheet, or the PowerPoint here, just so you guys can see. Remember, it's the website. So if it's a company website, Amway.com or Vima.com or Isogenics.com or whatever the website is, the key term is the call to action, right? Call me, connect with me, reach out to me. Call me is a pretty basic one. It's what the majority of them have out there. And then you put in the area code, right? You're just going to type in the area code. You're not going to put in the plus sign. You're just going to type in the area code, and then you're going to type in star, 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 hyphen, and then 4 more stars, okay, right, for 7 digits. So area code, star, 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 hyphen, star, 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 star. Okay, and that's going to produce those leads of people that have at one point been advertising their particular business online. Okay, and it's going to give you a phone number, and it's going to give you a person's name. Okay, so this is the way you can generate 3 to 5 qualified leads per day. Okay, so that's simple. That's easy, right? You're at your home. You're spending an hour a day or 2 hours a day growing your business, building your business. You can spend 20 minutes or less finding 3 to 5 qualified leads per day. Okay. So now, hold on a sec. We got some people say that the screen is frozen. So I know that Joe, I don't know that Joe's still on here. Are you guys?
I'm here.
Okay, Joe, is the screen frozen on your end? Because I got a few messages that said
What screen are you on?
Well, I was on the PowerPoint, and then I switched over to Google. But people are saying that the screen is, you got two different people saying
5 qualified leads a day. What I want you to do is go over to screen share and stop screen sharing and come back and do it again.
All righty.
I think you can go to there up top, says stop screen sharing, and it'll take it probably back to there you go. Now screen share again. Let's see what happens here. I think you have to select entire screen. Okay. Now, where are you sharing this on Firefox, or where are you?
I'm on Chrome.
Okay, so click on Chrome again. Click on the tab that you want to share, because we're back on the screen share, but it's sharing the original screen. So click on the tab on Chrome. Was Chrome open when you did that?
Yes. What are you seeing now?
I see me on the bike.
That's not what we want.
All right, so I see the original. So the way to do that is you have to have the what you want to share open right now. Why don't you open it on Firefox? Is that possible? Oh, there you go. We got it.
Okay. All right. So I'll just leave it here for a second. So you see this is my Google search, okay, where I put the name of the company, right, the key term, call me, and then the phone number, right? And this is the 713 area code. Okay, can you see that? Can everybody see that? I'll wait for some responses here.
I was muted. I see 474 at the top of your search, 713-6570.
Okay, yep, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you're moving now. Everything's good. Your screen is moving. Good.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna quickly go back to this screen here. This is the this is basically the what you're going to put in that Google search bar. Okay, so when you go to google.com and there's a search bar there, you're going to put in the company name or the website. Then you're going to put in that key term. That key term is that call to action. It's either, like I said, connect with me, call me, and then from there you're going to put in the area code, which is great because you want to be able to localize your searches. So if you live in Dallas, Texas, you want to be able to find other networkers in Dallas, Texas. Okay, you live in San Francisco, you want to find other networkers in San Francisco, and then you put the star or the asterisk. It's the Shift 8 on a Mac. It's probably the same on most computers, and then the hyphen, and then 4 more. Okay, and what Google basically does is they're going to look for the name of the company or the website of the company, the term where somebody is actually advertising or asking you to call them or connect with them, and then you're going to localize it to your area code or any area code. It doesn't have to be your area code, to any area code. Okay, so I want to make sure. Okay, everybody's got it. I got a lot of yeses here. Are there spaces between that? Let me go back to my Google search here. Okay, so there are spaces between the name of the company, the call to action, and then there is a space here. Okay. You can try it different ways. I mean, Google is very dynamic in that way, but for the most part, you're gonna get similar results, right? I've tested this out numerous times, where I've done underscores and no spaces. So let's go here. We're gonna go. Got another company here. Okay, so here again, you've got Facebook, and then you got a phone number right there. Boom. Okay, so this is a really quick and easy way to find these targeted leads. Okay, but now the important part. This is really important, but this part is relatively easy. No, Shirley, there's no dots in between it, right? Just look at kind of what it. Hopefully, you guys can see what's up here. There's no periods, but yes, you have the rest of it. Just don't put the dots there. or maybe you can't put spaces in the chat box. I'm not sure. But yeah, just do exactly what this is. So it's name the company, space, call to action, and then space, and then area code, space, and then the three asterisks with the hyphen, and then 4 more asterisks. Okay. Now we get to the really important part, right? Because you've got the names and the numbers of the people in your area. You know what company they work for or they worked for, which is really important to understand. Because like I said, I've done the research. A lot of the websites I found were from 2013. And what I did is I would actually go and I would find somebody whose website popped up, and I would plug that person into Facebook. I would say, it's Joe Smith from Houston in Facebook. And Joe Smith from Houston in Facebook hadn't posted on Facebook about his company in a year and a half, which kind of tells me that maybe Joe Smith from, Vima isn't working with Vima anymore. At one point, he was very excited, and he's no longer really kind of promoting that online. So the next part is what do we say to these people? So you call them up, right? You have their phone number, and you know where they live. You know what, or not where they live, but the area code. You know what company they've worked with, and so here's the script, right? So you call them up, they answer the phone, and say, "Hey, I was hoping you could help me. You could help point me in the right direction." And you take a pause. The reason for my call is I live in city, state, and I'm looking to expand my business. I'm in the network marketing industry, and I understand you have been in the industry at some point in the past, and I wanted to touch base with you to see if you might be open to taking a look at a good opportunity. You spell that right. Okay, so if they say yes, right, so that's a pretty simple conversation. But if they say yes, you just send them a link to your AdTech Worldwide or your AdTech Gold, or whatever sales funnel you're working with. You would send them a link, okay, and you get their email and you send them a link. Now, as we all know, the majority of people will say, I don't know who you are, or I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not interested. So you say, okay, great. Are you still with? Now, we looked for people in Houston that were with Vima. So are you still with Vima? Yes, no, and you affirm that. Oh, great, okay, great. How long have you been with the company, right? Vima or other company, because they'll tell you if they're not with that company. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to distract you from, and let's just say they're with Karatbars. I certainly wouldn't want to distract you from Karatbars, but I have a question. I'm not sure if you are where you are in your business right now, meaning if I had people with network marketing experience that might be open to take a look at Karatbars, are you in a good position to work with new people? They're, of course, going to say yes. So you say, okay, great. I have a system that connects people like you and me to other network marketers. What you can do is, What you could do is shoot you a quick email, and you can see if it's a good fit for your business. This is the system that I used to connect with you. Okay, so let's go back to the first part here, right? The prospect answers the phone. Okay, I'm hoping that you can help me point me in the right direction, and then you take a quick pause. The reason for my call is that I live in city and state, and I'm looking to expand my business. I'm in the network marketing industry, and I understand you have been in the industry at some point in the past, and I wanted to touch base with you to see if you might be open to taking a look at a good company. If yes, the answer is yes, you send them a link to whatever sales funnel you're using, okay? The answer is no, you say, okay, great. Are you still with whatever company that you found them on, right? You're doing the search based on a company. How long have you been with that company? Well, I certainly wouldn't want to distract you from that company. But I have a quick question for you. I'm not sure where you are at with your business right now, meaning if I had people with network marketing experience that might be open to look at your company. Are you in a position to work with new people? Of course, they're going to say yes. Okay, I have a system that connects people like you and me to other network marketers. So I'm going to shoot you a quick email, and you can take a look to see if it's a good fit for your business. This is the system I use to connect with you. Okay, so we're going to take a quick pause there, because what we're doing is basically we're asking for the invitation to send them information about Carrot Bars. Now, if they say no, we're basically giving them an opening, which I would find it very hard to believe that many people would say no to at least engage with you at some level. Okay, at some level. So they say, yes, I'm open to seeing what system you're using to connect network marketers together. So here are the next steps. One is, if they say yes, you send them a link to your Carrot Bar sales funnel. And the other, if they say no, but they are open to seeing the system that you're using, you would send them to your Tools Rock link. Now, before I go on, I know that there are a lot of people here that may not even know what their Tools Rock link is. So I'm going to go ahead and type it in here, and then I have some exciting news for you guys. So do not do anything. Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, so your Tools Rock link is sitename.toolsrock.net. Okay, sitename.toolsrock.net. Okay, so what's the objective here? We've connected with a experienced network marketer. They've either said yes or no to us, and let's just go down the scenario that they said no, and we are now going to introduce them to a system that can help them grow their business. There's tons of advantages to this. One is you're providing them with value, right? And that's what people want, right? They want some sort of value. You know, you called them up, you cold called them, it was a sales call, but you're still providing them with some value, okay? Which is going to, over time, solidify the relationship between you and them. The other thing is they're now in your database, right? You've got their email, you've got their phone number, and you can continue to correspond with them over time. This is extremely valuable for those that are in for the long run, right? For those that are in network marketing for the long run, which everybody should be. You know, a lot of people don't go into it that way, but everybody should be. The other thing is, and this is the announcement, and it's very top secret, but let me see how many people I have here.
It won't be top secret anymore.
Should I not let the cat out of the bag?
You can let it out of the box. I think this is exciting. I think this gives people an incentive to. Now, let me just say this and preface it with this. Jennifer and Anson have been behind the scenes working on several improvements. I mean, we're not all privy to see what's going on, but you'll see changes as we move along here. And this is one of the changes that we know early on that, getting paid for Tools Rock was a problem with Carrot Bars, one of the companies. And it's okay. Some companies don't want to mix that. And we were fortunate enough to be able to move out of that direction. Most companies wouldn't have done that, but Tools Rock, Jennifer and Anson, they wanted our business. They wanted to help people. And so, as you know, as an early on in the company, you don't get paid for recommending people to the company. But this announcement is not a payment, it's per se a check in cash. But I think you'll understand that it would make a lot of sense to you, to see this. It's just really, really really important. I'm fortunate they shared it with me a little bit, and I agree with it. I think it's going to be a great enhancement, especially using the things that you're teaching, Anson. I appreciate your upgrading and doing the stuff you're doing.
Awesome. Yeah, no, Joe, you were integral. So, and you know, I don't know that, one of the things that we wanted to do in creating Tools Rock and making Tools Rock as good as it could be was to make it a safe place for all networkers and networking leaders as well, because there's a lot of kind of other companies out there that provide similar services, but it's not always the safest place for the leaders to bring their team to join. And so like Joe mentioned, we intentionally made Tools Rock a system so that people didn't get paid, because the leaders out there and a lot of corporate companies wanted the members of that company to just really focus on the company and not focus on selling a tool or making money in various different ways. And so we tried to, we intentionally did away with a lot of that stuff. But what we're going to introduce here, and hopefully we'll be done with this in the next month, is a way for the members to not get paid, but to get their membership for free. And what we're going to introduce is a get 3 and yours is free. And that's kind of the standard out there is that if you were to follow this lead generation technique, where you were to call or get 3 to 5 qualified leads a day, and a lot of them that you talk to may be happy with their company, and so you just share Tools Rock with them. And in sharing that with them, you will get your Tools Rock account for free if 3 of them sign up for Tools Rock. So outside of the benefits and the benefits of just having them in your database and beginning a correspondence with those people is tremendous. I mean, listen, like I said at the beginning, the best and most efficient way to grow your downline is to recruit people who have grown a downline in the past, or know people who have grown a downline in the past, just to be able to start to connect with them on an ongoing basis. And you can do that, obviously, if they become a member of Tools Rock. They're in your contact manager, and you can email them, you can contact them, and so there's just so much benefit to be able to do that. And now just kind of an added benefit, and I think what we are going to be introducing is really a minimal added benefit to the actual benefit of how, that correspondence with them, that contact, that connection with them, and we're just we see that can help a lot of people out there in reducing a $20 payment a month. It's not a big deal, but I do know that for some people $20 a month is substantial, but it's just a show of gratitude really from us to provide that to you guys.
So if a person now recommends 3 people, their site is going to be free. And so we give them incentive to use a system like this at Google to find people. And look, we all know that, people are involved in their own business, their own life. It's not easy. Recruiting is a tough thing. If you learn the skill, the communication skill to talk to the people. And look, you're also going to get the worst end of this. You're going to make a call. They're not going to be interested in learning anymore. They're not going to be interested in a tool. I have a challenge to people on this call. The people that have been through the communication class at AdTech Worldwide, go ahead and chat up there and put in the chat box and tell us what you would say if they told you no to both things. What would you then say? And Anson, this is the key. People have to learn how to communicate and not be afraid that they're going to get rejected, because they have a response for every single thing that can arise. And that's what we teach in that class. Every question that comes up, every scenario that comes up, every contact that comes up, no matter what they ask, there is an answer for it and an objective. So I'm curious to see on the call. I noticed a number of people on the call have been through the class. What would happen if that person said, no, I'm not interested in learning any more from you. And I'm also not interested in a way to find other people. How do you get off the phone? How do you get there and not feel rejected and not feel like, oh my gosh, I'm real, and then how do you hang up the phone? What do you do? There you go. This is a public chat room. So there you go. Kendra, who do you know that would be interested in a career change for the right money? So you have to know how to get off that call. Now, Anson said, you're probably going to get a lot of people who are going to respond and say, sure, I'd love to build my own business. What tool do you have? They're probably going to get that kind of a response. But if you don't, and you get somebody on there that doesn't even want to talk to you, how do you just hang up the phone and feel good about yourself? And there is more to that answer right now. Who do you know? That is the exact answer. Who do you know that would be interested in a career change for the right money? Well, I don't know anybody. Great. Do me a favor, then keep my number handy. If you do come across someone to be interested in a career change and looking for a six-figure income, would you mind sending them my way? No, I wouldn't mind at all. Okay, great. Or yeah, I would, whatever. Whatever the answer is, say, and Frank, let me just say this to you. Please don't send me anybody you wouldn't hire yourself. You have to end that call effectively, efficiently, and we believe that that's what, you learn the answers to this stuff. It just doesn't come naturally to most people. It's why they're afraid of the call. They're afraid of rejection. But I go back to what Anson said. Most people are going to say to you, sure, I'd be real interested in learning how to build my own business. I certainly don't want to join yours, but you know what? If you have a tool that could help me build mine, and look, the market is so wide open to that because most people aren't making money.
Right. And Joe, just to kind of add to that, people may be interested in learning about your company, but their instinct is to say no, right? That initial kind of defense mechanism is like, oh, no, I don't, I just leave me alone, right? But then when you say, okay, hey, no problem, but if you're interested, if you want, I can show you how I'm growing my business. I'll shoot you a quick, link. That's an easy kind of second step for them to digest, because they may be completely interested in learning about Karatbars, but their initial instinct, as you guys know, if you've done enough cold calling, which I've done a gazillion cold calls in my life, people right off the bat, it's their first instinct is, oh no, okay, yeah, I'm busy. Right? Or I'm not interested. So that second kind of entryway is really the key, and that's why getting them into Tools Rock. And then I'm not saying getting paid. I'm just saying getting them into some sort of correspondence where you're providing value. Right, where you're providing value with really no monetary incentive. I mean, yes, once we introduce this, get 3 and yours is free. There's a little bit of monetary in it, but that connection and that value that you're giving them is really what's going to solidify or begin the process of solidifying that relationship with them. And then, of course, once that you start that relationship, then it's 100 times easier to get them to actually watch a presentation about Karatbars.
Look, Anson, there's probably people on here. I didn't look at the attendee list, but there's probably people that don't know about Tools Rock. And, our division, so to speak, AdTech Worldwide, uses Tools Rock as a marketing tool, as a training center, as a contact manager. And, there is a reason to look at that because the system works. And we have access to, look, how many owners of companies come in and do trainings for you once a week and train things like this and teach you this stuff? You need to understand what Tools Rock is and take a look at what Tools Rock is so that you know that, first of all, you get 5 free websites, custom sites that we paid for way back. And you go in there and you have access to using those. So when someone says, yes, I would be interested in looking at your company, what would you send them? Where would you go? How would you do it? I mean, could you send them to a sizzle call? Certainly. I mean, there are people who teach that. I know Dan teaches that, and you go to a sizzle call and you say that. But then where do you go? Do you send them to your corporate site? Do you send them to one of the sites that have been created? We have selected 3 out of the 5 sites at Tools Rock, which we created along with Jennifer and Anson. 3 sites that make sense.
Right. And it comes down to Oh, go ahead, Joe. Sorry, go ahead.
But that's all right. That's what it does.
Right, and it really comes down to getting in the mindset of being a business yourself, and that I know is for many network marketers is it's a mindset that they're not used to or not comfortable with. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be successful in the network marketing industry, you have to treat it as a business, and having marketing systems, sales systems, contact managers. A contact manager is a very, very basic essential to growing a business. I mean, that would be kind of the minimum is a contact manager to growing a successful business, right? Because you need to have a place where you can email your contacts, you can see what they've seen, you can know when they've come into your sales funnel. That would be the bare minimum. So if you're not doing that, at a minimum, then you need to just kind of reassess how you're approaching your business. Every business has a contact manager. Every business, a restaurant, hair salon, they all have contact managers. You come into I go in to get my hair cut. They tell me to sign in and they ask me for my email address. Why? Because they want that email address so they can send me an email if there's a special, or if they want to tell me how I need to shampoo my hair or condition my hair or whatever, whatever value that they need to try to provide me so that I go back. They need that email address, and they have a contact manager to be able to do that. And so with Tools Rock, not only do you have a contact manager, but you also have, like Joe mentioned, 3 highly effective, highly converting sales funnels plus training and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Anson, Dan has put in some comments. See, look, people that have been through the class, they know now that they can ad lib, they learn how to respond, they learn how to be comfortable. Look, you heard a script tonight from Anson. You've never heard from me. You didn't hear it in the class. It doesn't mean you can't use those things. It means that you get the training to be comfortable, to be able to ad lib, to be able to move a person forward. You're looking at Dan. Look what Dan has to say. This is Dan Giramo, one of the biggest leaders in the company. Take a look at that. Look at the response. These are the kinds of things you can incorporate. These are the kinds of things you can say. If you're comfortable, if you know where you are in the process, if you know who you are in the process, these are the kinds of things that you can add to your toolbox. There's no magic here. There really isn't magic. The key is work. You got to go to work. You got to get educated. This is why AdTech Worldwide exists in conjunction with Carrot Bars, because we want to educate people. We want people to learn different ways, different things to talk about, with the different ways to ad lib. We're excited to, it looks like next week we'll have Dan on a call with us at the Breakfast Club. Get excited about that. This is one of the top leaders in the company who is going to share information with you. And we're on the same page with a lot of this stuff. We don't always have the same words, don't always have the same process. We know what the process is. Find the interested party, period. How you do that is up to you. Tonight is a great training to go find. If you don't have anybody to talk to, you've got problems after tonight. Seriously. If you've listened to this and you say, I still don't have anybody to talk to, you need to quit. You need to go get a job or find another job or find another way to go do this, because you're hearing expert advice from a guy who's been in this industry a long time, who's an owner, who has experience in creating tremendous income in a network marketing company in the process, in the capacity that you and I are in as an affiliate. And then bringing that expertise to a company that says, not only can we do this, we can train you, we can teach you, we can create funnels for you, we can help you create funnels. It's great, Anson. I appreciate your expertise here. Honestly, I learned something tonight, and I always learn when I talk to you anyway. So I appreciate that. I don't know if there's any other questions we're going to have in the chat box here. Well, I see some things in here, and there's people's comments, and I think it's exciting that we're able to have the owner of the company come in and help us.
Well, good. I'm glad to participate, and I'm always very appreciative to be invited on these calls, Joe. I know you have a great team and a devoted team, and you yourself provide tremendous training. 10 times what I achieve on one night a week. But if I can add value, that's really all I'm here to do. I put up this screen just because I want everybody to kind of write this down if you haven't written it down already. And like Joe mentioned, if you don't have anybody to talk to, guys, there are so many ways to find, this is just one way, but there's a ton of ways to find people who are interested in what you have to offer. And really, that's all I have to say. I'll leave the rest of the kind of the coaching and guidance to Joe and his team of leaders. And Dan, I know Dan's on, and Dan, is a tremendous leader himself. It's just, you don't, if you take daily action every day, right? An hour, 20 minutes, whatever you have available to you, and you take daily action to kind of put in place these steps that Joe coaches you on, some of the stuff that I've gone through. There's no question that you should be able to get 1 to 2 people a month into your business. And with that, I'll leave it to you, Joe.
And that's what it takes. I know we want to have, we'd love to say we're getting 1 a week and so on. But the truth is, if you actually took your day, you took your business and planned it and planned your work day, if you were able to say, I am looking for a minimum of 1 a month. If you did that a year from now, go do the numbers. Watch what happens to you in a year from now. Your life will change. Now, do we want more? Absolutely. But if you're doing nothing, you'll have 0 at the end of the month. If you're doing something, you may have 1 at the end of the month. If you're doing a lot, you're going to have 2 or 3 every month. And teach your team to do the same. So with that, Anson, thanks again for being here. Thanks for the support you give us. We will be, once again, we had almost 100 people today on the webinar for the AdTech Worldwide presentation. So I'll make this very clear. It's not a Carrot Bars presentation, but it certainly incorporates Carrot Bars because we believe in teaching people how to get their financial house in order. And I can tell you the number one way to do that is Carrot Bars International. Teaching people how to exchange that cash for gold and get themselves in a position where when they get to retirement, they don't look like what you saw today. This is a major problem in America, is getting to retirement and not having enough money. Most people are broke at retirement. Now, it sounds for some of you is a long way off, but I tell you, you keep putting that off, you'll be sitting out there at 50, 60 years old looking like, I wish I did. That's what you'll be saying to yourself, because that's what a lot of people are saying out there today. I don't care if you're the millennials, the Generation X, or the baby boomers. It's because they're not educated in how to do it. The way to do it, if we were to look back in history and saw that, accumulating gold was the way to secure our financial future, we wouldn't be sitting here today. The truth is that most people weren't taught that. Carrot Bars made it available for people to come in here and change their legacy, change their future, change their children's future. If it's too late to change your future, it's not too late to change the future of your family. Teach people how to get their financial house in order. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., we have the Breakfast Club. We will be covering some of this stuff. At 12 p.m. or 12 noon, we will run the AdTech Worldwide presentation again. You know what? Bring people to it. 12 noon Eastern time. And it will be listed. You will be able to log into that. If you go to the breakfastclub.ws, you will be able to see that. We'll list that tonight. So you'll go each day at 12 noon. And starting this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9 Eastern, you will see the same presentation for people that couldn't make it in the daytime. The other thing is you cannot see this on YouTube. It is not recorded and left on YouTube, so no sense in looking for it there. This training tonight is, you can go back over it in 20 minutes and see this presentation from Anson Ashby. So with that, again, Anson, thanks for being here. We appreciate your expertise, your training, your support for us. And also tomorrow, the 11 a.m. Eastern, the Breakfast Club, we'll have a 20-minute discussion. We'll be then asked you to go and get people to get to the Breakfast Club, to the Ad Tech business presentation. And hopefully that helps you explain to people without having to explain it. So with that, have a great night, everybody. Glad to see you here, and hopefully you learned something tonight and to advance your business. And we'll see you tomorrow at the Breakfast Club. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks again, Anson.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.